Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. United Airlines is prepared to fire as many as 600 employees who have refused to take the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, the company says receiving the vaccine is a requirement of their safety policy. For this airline, no shot means no job. Our panel discusses if this policy is in fact legal, fair, or just up in the air.
And our guests are here on The Factor Uncensored tonight to talk about United Airlines and their COVID policy. We have with us Casey Grant, who's a former flight attendant for over 25 years, and of course, Chris Tritico, our Fox 26 legal analyst. So Casey, from your perspective of being a flight attendant in the past, is United doing the right thing? About 600 employees could lose their jobs for not getting the COVID vaccine.
In my opinion, my personal opinion, no, I don't think that that's a fair way to penalize people for not having the vaccination. No, I think that it's a personal choice. I think safety does have an important factor in this, but I would say at this point, for those that don't want to become or get vaccinated, I think there should be some other follow-up, like testing every day, testing before your trip, but I don't think that they should be fired.
So Casey, and you said safety is a factor, safety is a huge factor. And so how do you tell passengers, we're requiring you to wear a mask, we want you to be safe, but we're not going to force our flight attendants and our staff on these airlines to get the necessary vaccine to ensure that you're safe?
Well, I think that once a passenger is on the plane, no one is really asking them if they have been vaccinated. They have to.
I'm sorry, I meant their mask, requiring them to wear their face coverings.
Well, we all have to do that. And so at that point, that's a universal safety precaution. So I don't think we don't ask the passengers, or the flight attendants don't ask the passengers, have you been vaccinated or have you not? So at that point, that's the only safety requirement that the airlines are asking them to do, is to wear a mask.
Chris Tritico, let's bring you into this conversation. Any legal recourse for the employees who are being terminated as a result of not getting the vaccination?
Well, we're going to find out. The EEOC has already ruled that an employer can terminate, it can mandate a vaccination, and it can terminate an employee if they refuse to get it. And so I think that they're on good legal ground here. What United did was they waited until the vaccine was fully authorized. They didn't do it on the emergency authorization. They waited until it was fully authorized. And they said you have 6 weeks to get it, and those who refuse are going to be terminated. Now, they also said that those who now choose to go ahead and get it, they'll work with them. So they're not going to, if somebody changes their mind, they're going to go ahead and let them keep their jobs. I think United has gone out of its way to work with its employees to ensure the safety of everyone. You got to think about what happens on a plane. You got a very tight area where the air is recirculated through the plane, and that's why they've gone to such great lengths to make sure everybody is safe on a plane during the pandemic. And so what United is doing is trying to make sure that everyone on that plane, and especially its employees, are safe and secure from the pandemic, from catching the virus. And so going out of its way to ensure the safety of everyone is above and beyond what they have to do. And I don't see any problem with this, and I think that they're going to win their lawsuit at the end of the day.
Casey, your thoughts on that United has gone out of its way to work with its employees, waiting for the vaccine to be fully approved by the federal government?
Well, I think that the legal part of it is a very important component. And if they are within their legal right to be able to request that, then I think the employees, no matter what job they're in, I think they have to abide by the law. So if this is something that United has gone through and investigated, and you feel that they are, or they feel that they are in their legal right to request that, then I think at that point, then they have a right to do whatever the consequences are. And they've alerted everyone, and they've told them they've had their choice and their chance to do that. Then it becomes a personal decision.
Chris, any waivers out there that these employees can get in order to keep their jobs? Religion, health reasons.
So there are two options there. You can have a legitimate religious excuse or a health reason that you can opt out. Now, I don't know what a legitimate religious excuse is going to be when every major religion has already said, go get the shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how that's going to square, but that is in the law. And so you can have a legitimate religious excuse. And there are those who can't get the shot for a medical purpose. And so if you can show that, then you don't have to have the shot. Those are the two exceptions that you can get, and that is in the EEOC ruling. And so those two reasons you can. And one other thing, Isaiah, in the lawsuit that was filed against United, what we're going to have to litigate here is United has binding contracts with unions, and nowhere in these union contracts does it say that United can order its employees to go get shots. And that's going to have to be something that's going to have to be litigated. We're going to have to wait and see how that plays itself out.
Yeah.
And Casey, if you were flying today, as we wrap up this interview, would you get the vaccine as an employee?
Would I get it?
Yes.
Oh, I definitely would. I have. I'm fully vaccinated. I did my research. I was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable like other people, but I did my research.